All right, and then we get this tweet out here. Which quarterback has the most to prove in 2021 and why? So I want to just kind of go through the comments here, the responses, to see what people are saying. I want to see what people are saying and see if I agree. So let's see what we get here. I have not previewed any of these comments, so let's just see what people are saying here. All right, first one up. I think Matt Stafford, Carson Wentz, and Matt Ryan are under the most pressure to win, all for different reasons. Goff has a lot to prove now as well. Was it only because the coach was in his ear until the last moment? I mean, yeah. This man brings up some great quarterbacks here. Matt Stafford, because he just left an organization to come to the Rams, who are kind of saying, hey, we're only a quarterback away. So, yes, Matt Stafford has to come in and immediately kind of win now. He has to do what kind of Tom Brady did. I'll give Matt Stafford kind of 2 years. I'll give him, the first year just to kind of get everything acclimated. I've got no problem with that. Having Brady win year one, I mean, it's a little ridiculous that he did that. And I definitely praise the heck out of the man for doing so. But I'm not going to knock people for not using that first year as kind of a buffer year to get acclimated. So we'll give Matt Stafford 2 years, but he definitely has to come out year one and kind of definitely get it done and be competitive and have a winning record and have a chance of getting to the playoffs that first year. It really should get to the playoffs year one, regardless if they get to the championship game or not. But we got to see at least a good momentum building for year two if Matt Stafford doesn't make it to the Super Bowl year one. Carson Wentz, yeah, a lot to prove. I mean, your franchise, the team that drafted you, that told you you were the franchise guy, just got rid of you for a younger guy. And Carson Wentz can't stay healthy. So, and kind of this Colts team is once again kind of like the Matthew Stafford scenario where, they're just a quarterback away. The Colts are just a quarterback away. We've got the offense. We've got the defense. We just need somebody to deliver the ball. So Carson Wentz, he needs to prove that he can stay healthy and kind of, do better than what Phillip Rivers did, because if you're not doing what Phillip Rivers did, but better, then you're not going to win any championships in your career. And now we're talking about 16 years in the league. Yes, you have longevity stats, but you don't have a ring or a getting to the actual game to show for any of that. So you're just Phillip Rivers. And do you really want to be Phillip Rivers when you could be Tom Brady or Eli Manning or, Aaron Rodgers? Come on. And then Matt Ryan. He's definitely under a little bit pressure to win. The team overall is going through a little bit of a rebuild, so I don't think there's too much pressure on Matt Ryan. There should be, but I don't think there's that much pressure on Matt Ryan. And then, yes, obviously Jared Goff. We've been saying this for the entire season now. Is it Jared Goff or was it Sean McVay? Why did this Rams offense not work? Because they do have nice pieces offensively, defensively, and Jared Goff seems like he can play the game of football. He got to the Super Bowl, so we do have to respect that at some level. But this season's definitely going to tell all here for the Rams and Goff and Sean McVay. Alrighty, another post here, another comment. Baker Mayfield has so much pressure this season. Okay. Can he follow up what he did in the second half of the 2020 season? Will he fall off after leading the Browns into the playoffs? Will his play warrant him being in every other commercial on Sunday? Will OBJ be his downfall? I think Baker Mayfield doesn't have that much to prove. Obviously, you want to kind of your quarterbacks to really kind of always get better and get better every single season. So I get it from that standpoint. But I think he definitely silenced a lot of critics and a lot of doubters this season. He's still very young in his career, folks. He's 4 seasons in, going into his 4th season. So he's still very young in this league. Could be better. I mean, obviously everybody could be better, but him getting to the playoffs and how kind of well he played didn't really turn over the ball too much. And now, yes, we do give a lot of that credit to the head coach. Don't get us wrong, for scheming his way, but we still got to give credit for Baker Mayfield for making the plays and not turning the ball over. So I don't think he has that much to prove or that much pressure. It's still solid pressure, especially if he's going to keep doing these commercials. It's going to just be more pressure because of that. But I think he kind of bought himself maybe a year. Not kind of like Matthew Stafford and Carson Wentz, who kind of need to win right now. I think Matt Stafford has kind of bought himself a year with this rebuild. I think Baker Mayfield has kind of bought an extra year just because of how well he played this season. All right, Cam Newton, number 1, Carson Wentz, number 2, Matthew Stafford, number 3. Yeah, Cam Newton's got a lot to prove this season. They just brought in so many weapons, decent weapons, not solid weapons, decent weapons, tight ends, and wide receivers, and that's what Cam Newton didn't have last season. They had nothing. They had Julian Edelman. Okay, that's my number 1. You're telling me Julian Edelman, a slot receiver, is my number 1 option? Well, we're screwed. So, yeah, Cam Newton, he needs to cut the turnovers. He needs to start passing the ball a little bit better, get some more passing touchdowns. Definitely keep running. I've got no problem with that. But now the expectations are a little bit higher. Now the offense, you've got decent pieces. You've got workable pieces. Let's frame it like that. They've got workable pieces. Pieces that have worked as kind of the number twos in other situations, worked very well. Now coming all together, trying to make it work. You've got to make it work here, Cam. So, yeah, I would definitely say Cam Newton has a lot of pressure on him this season. Definitely more than last season. Because he got a deal. He got another deal. So pressure is still on. 1-year deal. Pressure is still on. Looks like Deshawn Watson since the past couple of days. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pressure with those sexual assault allegations coming out. In a way, Kyler Murray, they have slacked the team around with recent moves, and now he has great weapons. All the pressure is on him. If he doesn't get them deep in the playoffs, it falls on his shoulders. Yeah, I would put some of the blame on Kyler Murray for kind of the lack of success in the back half of the season, but I would also definitely put it on the offensive coordinator because, I mean, that's what we're putting the blame with the Seahawks, and the Seahawks and the Cardinals really had the same exact season this season. So great in the first half, bad in the second half, just kind of got figured out. So yes, Kyler Murray is definitely, a little of that kind of why they fell apart in the back half, but definitely their offensive coordinator not switching it up, not being creative. So Kyler Murray definitely has pressure because they've got better weapons now. So yeah, you got to be a little bit better. But I would say maybe the offensive coordinator has a little bit more pressure than Kyler Murray. Let's take one more maybe. What's this one? I would say Jameis Winston. I think we have seen the best Cam had to offer the year he took his team to the Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean, that was his best season. Cam career is close to the end. Yep. While Jameis is young and he is closer to a do-or-die situation with the Saints. Yeah, he brings up a good point here. Jameis Winston is kind of in a do-or-die situation with the Saints because if you didn't take that first year, your only year with Drew Brees and learn anything from that, and then you get promoted to the starter of his former team, the face of his team. Drew Brees is the face of the Saints forever. So Jameis Winston comes in, doesn't learn anything from Drew Brees, still throwing all those interceptions, not getting, more than 8 or 9 wins in a season. Yeah, Jameis Winston's probably going to be out of the league. They're like, well, you just learned from the best and still couldn't make it work. What are we going to teach you? What is kind of, a quarterback competition between you and Drew Lock? What is that going to teach you if you can't even learn from Drew Brees? So yeah, I think this man brings up a really good point here. Jameis Winston is in a do-or-die situation if he is promoted to the starter. If he's still a backup, that's fine. Then there's no pressure on him. But if he's the starter of the Saints over Taysom Hill, you beat him out. Now the pressure is on because now your time is officially ticking of kind of how many more chances do you have at the starting quarterback position. Alrighty, that was good. All right, that went a lot better than I thought it was going to be. So a lot of great points out here. Very well done to everybody. I'm impressed. I'm impressed by y'all.